Good morning and welcome back to the vlog. Right now we are on our way into the office. We've been up since 6 a.m. We have a huge appointment in Studio City right now. So we had an open house yesterday and these guys want to buy my listing for $2 million. So that would be both sides on that. And then they want to list their house in Studio City. So this is between a $6 and $8 million deal if I also represent the buyer on the other one. So I'm gonna go to the office, show up fully prepared. I really don't mind waking up early on a Sunday morning for deals like this. Let's get after it. I just think it's kind of funny, like people complain about waking up early or working 7 days a week, but when your goals are that big and you're passionate enough, it really doesn't matter. You want to wake up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday because you want this deal and you want to keep growing so bad that it just does not feel like work. Speaking of which, we've already got my open house signs out, ready to go for the day. So our goal for the year is to do 2.5 in revenue or $100 million in sales. Not really something that I talk about super frequently, but I talked about it on the podcast with Ryan Pineda. And so far, we are on track to hit that. I have a really big flip going in Westlake that's really gonna help out with a lot of that deal. That could be like somewhere between $600 to $1 million on that flip. So that could put us halfway there. And we have about $17 million in contracts signed so far this year. So if we close that flip and we close out the 17 million on the books right now, we are actually getting very close, a lot sooner than I thought. Signs are out, ready to go for the day. Pulling up to the office, obviously there is nobody here. So right now we're in the middle of building out all of the framework for the largest real estate group in the US, which is a huge undertaking. We're creating ClickFunnels and all of those things. We're running full-time on social media, posting twice a day on Instagram, once a day on YouTube. That is kind of a job in its own. In addition, we are in the middle of moving brokerages and signing a new lease on an office on the water in Westlake. So there's a ton of moving parts right now, but I'm so passionate about everything that we're doing. It doesn't feel like a job. I just feel like I'm working towards this vision that I've had for many years. So I just don't mind doing the work at all. So this is where we operate out of. It's kind of organized chaos. I've got Tyler, my full-time social media manager, over here. And then I sit down here and crank out my phone calls. Oh, commission check. So today I'm coming into the office super early because I have a huge deal that I might be piecing together. And I always show up ready. I'm gonna have the listing contract ready, the purchase agreement, listing presentation, everything will be fully ready in case these buyers / sellers decide to do a deal. We sign it on the spot. I go straight back to my sellers in Westlake and see if we can put it together. So this check that was in the office when I walked in is all from social media. It was a buyer that wanted to buy a condo, a kid that I went to high school with, really great guy. And he finally was at the point where he wanted to invest into the real estate market. My buyer's agent, Eric, did basically the whole deal. Shout out, Eric. And we were able to close that from social media, and then Eric did the deal. So I didn't really have to invest a lot of time. So that's the power of social media and leveraging other people's time. You can earn money without a big investment of your own time. All right, we've got all of our comps and everything ready to go. Let's get in the mode, baby. We got to close this thing. This is a really big deal. I always make sure that my mindset is perfect before going into any appointment, so we're fully prepared. Listing presentation on the laptop. Let's crush this. Also, if you want to see my actual listing presentation, comment the word sales down below and we'll get in touch with you and send it to you for free. So we're doing a little pre-game routine, getting some food, and we're looking at Nissan GTR's classics like R34 V-Spec. Let me know down in the comments if I should get a McLaren or an R34 GTR, because I already have the Ferrari, which is like an exotic. So I think it'd be kind of cool to get an R34. So something really good that my boy Ricky shared with me the other day is that if you're halfway to your goal from a time standpoint, you're 2.5 years into a 5-year goal, and you're only 18% there in terms of your production, keep going, because that's completely natural. If you haven't hit 50% of your goal when you're halfway there, it's normal. So all of that growth is exponential. It starts to go like this at the end, and that's where all your results are. So if you're not there yet, just keep on pushing. All right, we are headed up the hills for this listing presentation. Everything is prepped, mindset ready. Let's fucking do this. Check out this house here. This area is just wild. All these homes are tucked away up in this mountain here. They got crazy views. This is what LA is all about. All right, we're pulling up to the house now. Let's go check this thing out and get this sucker sold. Wow, this driveway is crazy. Wish me luck. All right, great appointment. It went very well. They weren't ready to sign on the dotted line today, which is very common for a deal size of $2, $3, $4, $5 million. People want at least a day or two to think about it. So whether or not they do buy my listing, it does look like there's a really good chance that we still get the listing on this house in LA for about $2 million. So great appointment. Now we're off to the open house.
Twinkle, twinkle, little grandma. Grandma's a star.
She's a rock star.
How I wonder.
Like new glasses.
Look at them.
So cute.
Mom and Grandpa are over at the house taking care of the kids. We are resting up a little bit because we've had a long morning. We've got a longer open house, and then Monday is gonna be crazy. We have Daniel Mack coming on Tuesday for the podcast. This is gonna be a wild week. Hey Dallas, how's it going, bucko? Dallas, hey bud. How's it going, Smiles for Miles? Do you want your daddy? Come here. Come here. All right, open house time, baby. We gotta pump it up. I don't care how tired I am because yesterday we were able to set today's $2 million listing appointment from that open house. So gotta dial back in and get ready to set some more appointments and keep getting closer to our sales goal. Go. So the only hard part about sitting open houses 2 days every weekend is that on Monday, if you don't call the leads, it's almost like you may as well have not sat an open house. It's like, what's the point of sitting the open house other than selling the listing itself? Just from a business development standpoint, what's the point if you're not going to call the people? So Mondays, you're exhausted from grinding both days in a row, but you have to suck it up and actually call the leads so that you can generate more business. So tomorrow we'll be back in the office, banging out all the leads, and then we're gonna try and take half a day off somewhere. It's been about 45 days, maybe 50 days into the year so far. I've only taken a day and a half off of work. And honestly, I'm still feeling pretty energized and ready to go, but I should take a little bit of time off to take care of myself. All right, it's game time, baby. Let's go. So here's the oak tree. You can see the baseboard is like slightly bowed here. And same with here, it's like a little bit bowed if you look at it. And the remedy is to most likely just lay self-leveling concrete when you redo the floors. This took 60 years to get this level of bowing in the room. So it's safe to say that if you level it out and refloor it, you've got a pretty fair amount of time before you'd have to do it again. Right now we are in front of my buddy's $5 million house in the Palisades. We're going to the Genesis Open today at the Riviera. And this is a combo of business and pleasure because I'm going to be putting one of our buddy's houses up on the market in the next few weeks for $6.5 million in Los Angeles. Let's do it. It's hilarious because we're all businessmen. So Mike and Joe are both brothers. They're on the phone right now closing deals inside. I'm on the phone closing deals outside. I just made an offer on a house in Woodland Hills that I'm trying to structure as a seller finance deal to buy as a rental. I've been taking phone calls with people that are looking to join the nationwide group. So everything's moving really quickly right now. All fun stuff. Check out this concept car from Genesis. This thing is absolutely wild. Let's do some shopping. Epic day at the golf. Now we're hitting the Golden Bowl in Palisades. Let's do it. Yesterday was awesome. We had a great day at the Riviera. I'm gonna be putting my client's house up on the market for $6.5 million. We're taking a few of the guys out golfing from yesterday just to build some more relationships on Friday of next week. And now we're at my open house in Westlake. It's been completely dead today, but I always still sit the open house. My client wanted me to do it even though we've been on market for a few days because you never know who's gonna walk in the door. And we actually just had an amazing lead come in. They want to sell their house for $2 million in Studio City and potentially buy the house that we're sitting in. So that could be a huge deal. So just a note, always put your head down and keep doing the work, even if you're not sure the results are going to be there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another day in the life. Make sure you smash that subscribe button for more content.